Hello, beginning music tech, and welcome to one of your first lessons on SoundTrap. I hope you watched my preview video that tells you about comparing SoundTrap to Logic, the things that we've done in Logic, where you find them in SoundTrap, because that's going to be pretty beneficial to you. So take the time, go over there. This project is going to be called your Monologue project. And really what it is I want you to take a famous speech or poem or monologue from a play or movie or TV show, something, and you're going to voice act that part. Yes, I said voice act. I didn't say read. I don't want you to read this. Reading it would be boring. I want you to take the time and actually voice act the part. Take the time. Go for it. Be a little wild. Be a little crazy. So this is what you should see when you first click on the link to start the project. It's going to bring you in here to this Monologue project, and when it does, it's automatically going to add me as a collaborator. What that means is I can see your progress throughout the week, and that's how I'm going to grade you, because I can see your progress throughout the week. So that's important to note. One track is already going to be set to microphone, and one track is a Flutter Wave. This is just an instrument. You play it with your keyboard. When you click there, you can actually type and play. I don't care if you use that sound. You can change that sound. It can be tons of different things. Change it whenever you want to. But right now, what I'm most concerned with is you start getting the mic in. You're going to learn more with what we're going to do with the music along the way. But I want you to get practice doing the mic part of it and actually record your speech or monologue into this program. So what you're going to do, I have selected The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Let me talk you through the setup part of the microphone to make sure you get the right thing. When your mic track first comes up, I'm going to actually, let's go back to we're discarding changes. This is exactly what you're going to see when it first comes up. I should have started from here to begin with. And I did that by hitting this undo button. So you've always got an undo button or a revert to a previous version button if you don't like what you do. Okay, so I'm going to select the mic track right here by clicking on this microphone. Boom, that brings this up. Now currently it's default selected my really nice microphone that I'm talking to you on right now as the microphone of choice. But yours is probably going to say something like built-in microphone or native instrument or something like that. So you're going to click, if you're on your telephone, it's going to do your telephone. Or if you're on your iPad, it's going to pick the iPad mic. I'm just going to pick that, and we're going to go with it. Now, one thing it's going to ask is, if you click on this little button right here, which is the gear and the speaker, you need to do this because this is actually going to check and make sure that the volume level is adjusted and appropriate for your built-in microphone. So I'm going to kind of back the good mic out of the way just a little bit. And then I'm going to click the Start Test button, and I'm going to talk into my computer. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. Now when you see that little green check come up, that means it's done with that test. And if it asks you if you're wearing microphone or headphones, you should tell it yes or no. If you're wearing headphones, then it's going to let you hear yourself as you begin to record. So now see, as soon as I turn the record button on, now you can hear that it's actually monitoring my voice into the computer. That's because currently this is set to voice computer enhanced, and we don't want it to be computer enhanced just yet. We want it to be dry. So now you hear dry vocal. If you don't want to hear yourself while you're talking, you can come into settings and turn off the monitoring enabled. We turn off the monitoring enable, you can't hear yourself while you talk. But for these purposes, we're going to leave monitoring enable on so that you can hear what's happening. Now I'm going to back my good mic out of the way. And now all you're really hearing me talk through is my computer mic that's attached right here. I actually just tapped the microphone on my computer. So I'm going to record for you a portion of The Road Not Taken. All I have to do now is set my marker, the beginning, and hit start record. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Okay, so now I'm back on my good microphone. We had that recording done. It's logged. You can see it now. It's there. Now, that's about 30 seconds of a recording if you were keeping up. Right here at the bottom, it says that was 34 seconds. So you can go back and listen to that now. And since I'm done recording, I'm going to turn this monitor enabled off so it doesn't echo a bunch of times. You can listen to the recording back. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one. So what's that little whir underneath? Well, that's actually the fan in my computer spinning at the same time it's recording. Is it great? No, but it's what we got. Now, if you want to enhance that for some computer mic enhancement, you can change this voice and mic to be computer mic enhanced. This is kind of like when we go in our library on Logic and pick different presets. And you'll notice that these things began to adjust. And if you click on effects, it already added a few effects, which are nice. So now we'll hear a different version of that recording. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So you can hear I was just scrolling through a bunch of these different effects. So use that. Now, the ultimate project needs to be about 2 minutes. So you're going to interject music at different places. So right here in the middle of this, if I had wanted to interject some music, I might come here, and if you're on a Windows keyboard, this is Control E. If you're on a Mac, this is Command E. I'll just split these two apart. So now I can actually move this over. Now this might be a good place for the music to kind of build some emotional content along the way. So this would be where your music gets built. Of course, you can change your tempo. I would say this would call for something fairly slow. So I would come in here and change this to like 74. It's changing the tempo of the project. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry No. Here we go, posing a problem. It just locked that audio in to the tempo that I was at, and now it sounds slow and strange. So you may want to set the tempo before you actually record, because apparently it's going to lock that in. Oh, there was the solution. You make sure you hit don't adjust. So now we'll put it back to the original tempo. See, I'm learning along with you. Now if I hit that I want it to be at 74, and I confirm. I'm going to say don't adjust. And now, boom.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood.
And sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So now that kept the same speed. So just make sure you pay attention to the little text boxes that come up, because they make a difference. So yeah, this is the start of your project. Then we're going to start in on the music making. But I think Mr. Robertson is probably going to explain a little bit more about what this music making is going to entail. So this is kind of part one. Figure out what you want to record. Please don't make it offensive. But if you want to make something like Martin Luther, I Have a Dream speech, of course, don't do the whole thing. Edit it down to about 2 minutes worth if you're going to do that. A famous speech by Kobe Bryant, or a famous athlete, or something from a movie or a play or a poem, or if you want to write something and make it worthwhile, then you can certainly do that. I'll try to post some examples so that you can hear what I'm talking about. I hope this is helpful. That's how you record. And make sure that you do this little test thing right here. If not, you could get a blaringly loud vocal part as you read, and it'll have a lot of distortion, or it'll be really quiet and sound like you're whispering the whole time. So make sure you do that with whatever microphone you're going to use. Again, SoundTrap is available on your iPhone, Android, Pad, tablet device, Chromebook, laptop, whatever. You should be able to access it there. And the cool thing is you can collaborate. When you hit these two little guys right here, you should see me added on as a collaborator automatically because of the way you're going to start your assignment. So you can leave me questions if you're having trouble, and I'll be able to type back to you just like we do in Google Classroom. You'll also be able to potentially do like a FaceTime call with me if you need help. And we can synchronize anything I change about your project. You can sync over to it. So there you go. I hope you enjoy this. This should be fun. I hope that we're back in class soon and we can finish these up and move on to the next stuff, but we'll see. For this week, this is our project. Have fun.